What does Tom Brady, Leo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, and Johnny Depp, what do they have all in common? Yes, these guys won the genetic lottery. These guys are incredibly successful. They're incredibly talented. But the one thing that they all have in common is that their wives left them. That's right. They all divorced these amazing men. These 1% men all got their ass handed to them in court because the wife was done. She left. Let that land. These guys are the 1%. And look what happened. No amount of looks, status, money could keep these women in their lives. So there's got to be something deeper going on. The real question is, what don't men understand about attraction, about commitment, and female nature? And more importantly, what do you need to know so that you do not repeat these patterns? But here's the hard truth that a lot of men don't want to hear. Women don't leave because he's not good enough. She left because the relationship stopped feeling alive. Yeah, it's a reality, brother. That aliveness creates that polarity. Now, with the gentleman that I referenced to, what happened was, yep, they have everything, no question about it. And they have millions of fans. They have millions of people that are in their reality. They could be the players, but when they're in relationships, these guys are pretty good. Tom Brady is like the ultimate folksy father figure, yet he could not keep his incredibly beautiful woman happy. She was craving something, and she ended up being with a much lesser man in the grand scheme of things, just to have that polarity. It's messed up. And this is what the challenge is that so many men right now are getting the message that, oh, only the 1% men are what women are after. No, it's not. Some of the best men on the planet can't be in loving, nurturing, successful, long-term relationships. No, because women are creating the chaos. They want that unpredictability. And sometimes stardom, they think that, oh my God, look what I've got. But he's just a dude. He's just a man. And when he comes home, yeah, he just wants to put his feet up just like every other man. But if he's not having that aliveness, that unpredictability, it gets old really fast. And this is the challenge with feminine nature. And I know I've said this before, that women, because of that female nature, they crave the chaos. But it's not necessarily the chaos that they're wanting. It's that emotional intensity, the growth, the depth. But when a man stops leading himself, stops evolving, or collapses into that comfort, putting his feet up, the relationship starts to stagnate. And if it continues on, then she is starting to get unregulated. And all of a sudden that chaos wants to be expressed. And when you get into a relationship, if you got that lockdown in, you can't take the foot off the gas at any point. Your work is definitely not done. It's just beginning. Can't allow status to replace your leadership, and you can't allow fame to replace emotional stability. You truly want relationship success. I've said this many times, is that it's going to be predicated on your level of commitment that you have for the relationship. It's not just your level of commitment, it's hers as well. And this is why really early on in the infancy, if you feel that, my God, she's it, she's the one, and you have that conversation like, hey, I want to stop dating and I want you to be my exclusive. And she feels the same way. And she goes, yeah, I feel the same way. I am putting my relationship status as in a relationship, no longer single. You know, that's kind of like the bellwether these days as to whether or not it is a serious relationship. But at this stage is where you talk about what commitment means to you. And when it comes to that, the commitment, this is what it is. And you talk about your programs. what used to F up your relationships in the past. She talks about what F's up her relationships in the past. You talk about the red flags and the green flags of relationships and what you're looking for. And so far, in order to get to this place, you have seen enough green flags to say, yeah, I'm moving forward. Unless you are just totally blind to all of the red flags and you're just being pulled because she's incredibly sexy and the sex is really great. Stop that shit, by the way. Stop that shit. Have something deeper than that. But let's assume that you do. This level of commitment that you have, when the shit hits the fan, the level of commitment is going to pull you back. It's going to allow for this container that you're creating, this relationship container, that it is going to mean something when you guys are arguing and you're butting heads. You're not going to do the stupid shit that you used to do. Start seeking validation outside the relationship and so on. Commitment, brother, is where this all becomes something beautiful to work on. And this is where you're going to grow the most as well. So I want to share with you 5 things men must do to level up their relationship success. Because I really do want you to have relationship success. Contrary to our pop culture right now that wants everyone single and calling it sexy, most people right now that are going down that road, especially women, are miserable. They're absolutely lonely and they're tired and they're done. People truly want connection. And I'm a big fan of bringing that back. So number 1, maintain your frame. Always make your mission the priority over the relationship. Who you are as a man must lead the way, brother, because that's what's going to create your attraction. That's what a lot of women will say, that, man, it's his vibe that really got me. And when you are maintaining your frame, people feel that. People feel you're on point. When you watch an NBA game and you're watching Steph Curry and he's doing a 3-point, you damn well know, just by his physiology and his sense of confidence, of whether or not that's going in. And 9 times out of 10, oh yeah, that's a shot. But you can also tell other players that when they make their shot, that you right away know, just as soon as it leaves his hands, it ain't going in. Just by how he is in that frame. You just know. So it's so important that you are maintaining that, because she's going to feel it immediately if you're not. Number 2, be emotionally available, not emotionally dependent. Women want access to your depth, but they don't want to be responsible for your emotions. I know women say, hey, you know what? I want a man that's really connected to his emotions. No, they don't. They want a man that's connected to her emotions and will be there for her. So if you are going to emote, make sure that you are going narrow and deep. Yeah, like you're creating a container for your own emotions so that she doesn't get that ick feeling if you've gone too far. The waterworks, yeah, you could do that, but be in a place where you are telling her, thanks, babe, for holding some space here. Whew. Oh, I'm glad I was able to express that, but I got this, babe. I'm working on a lot of aspects of this to heal this on my own, doing my thing. So what this does is it allows her to not feel that she's responsible for your healing. Oh, I know you want the hug, and I know you want her to feel that connection. And there are a few women out there that truly can hold space for a man when he is in his emotional energy. But it's rare. And even the ones that say, oh, hey, oh, I'm there for you, they're really doing the ick. Somewhere deep inside, there is a red flag starting to go up the flagpole in her mind. And over time, she will start to undermine this relationship, not knowing why, but it was when he went too far and shared too much of his emotion. So be emotionally available, but also not emotionally dependent. Number 3, keep growing or the relationship dies. And I'm talking about every aspect of your life. You're growing for you. You're growing for you, and yes, you can keep each other accountable for the goals that you've created for each other, but your goals for being physical, you're still getting to the gym, you're working out, you're lifting heavy, you're doing the things that matter to keep you looking great, not only for yourself, but for her. She got into the relationship with you because she thought you were damn fine. You want to maintain that, and the same thing is for her. So there's got to be some level of accountability for physically, mentally, spiritually, and sexually. You got to have these checks and balances in that, hey, this is what we started with, and how are we a few months in? And why has each of us or one of us taken the foot off the gas? Maintain it, man. You've got to keep growing, keep learning, keep things exciting, because the fastest destroyer of sexual tension and attraction is stagnation. Number 4, polarity, not drama. Now, we talked about what polarity represents and how you've got to maintain that on a consistent basis, but you're doing this through your leadership. You're doing this through that sense of playfulness, being unpredictable. Like I said at the beginning, these alpha men, these 1% men that have it all, millions of fans, women that are willing to drop their panties at the slightest glance. These guys, like I said, are just regular dudes too in their personal world. But what they did was they got complacent, forgot about the polarity that's required to sustain these relationships. Over time, it will get old. You've seen this before, where a very good-looking man might be at the gym, might be at the club, but as soon as he starts talking, he's a mouse. He doesn't represent that physique in his inner world. All the drama can disappear based on the level of polarity that you bring, because all her ways of creating chaos goes because she's like, damn, that's my king. That's the energy I want to be around. The excitement in the relationship does not come from her chaos. It comes from your polarity. You are creating it. You are in your masculine, and it allows her to be in her divine feminine. This is where she's sexy and delicious and an energy she wants to be. But contrary to a popular belief, don't wait for her to be in that vibe. You create it by being in your vibe. Remember, masculine leads, feminine follows. It's just the way it is, brothers. Not making this up. It's just the laws of the universe. And number 5, never trade your self-respect for love. And a lot of men make this mistake. They will get into a relationship because she's damn hot and she's sexy and maybe has a few of those green flags, but he is giving up some of his self-respect. She might have a crazy crew and he hangs out with her and tells her, hey, these are awesome people. These are great. Or she may have a different relationship blueprint on how she's supposed to treat a man that comes into her world. Remember, I said that commitment is a conversation. And when you get on the same page as to how you want to be treated, this is where you're building that self-respect. Because damn, a woman does not stay because you need her. She stays because she respects you. Let me repeat that. She stays because she respects you. That's bigger than love, my friend. It's bigger than love for most men. And the only way you can earn her respect is to have self-respect for yourself. Make sure you're putting yourself in a scenario that nurtures you, that honors you, and that you're honoring yourself, and you're not giving up the best part of who you are to be in this relationship. You deserve better. So let me wrap this all up. That being a 1% man, that's not enough. And I know you might be going, well, shit, Dwayne, how the hell am I going to get anywhere when nothing matters? It really doesn't, because being a good man isn't enough. Being a successful man isn't enough. Being an attractive man still isn't enough. You must be grounded, you must be growing, and you must be self-led all the time. And you must be okay with how everything shakes out. Because as you lead yourself, your vibration rises. And as your vibration rises, you start attracting people with a like vibration. And the caliber of women will start to come into your world that match your vibration. This is where you've got to trust the universe at times. Sometimes you just got to let go and just seek excellence as your focus. Because as you do, and you stop seeking pussy or porn or anything else, you just focus on you and being remarkable, being the best version of yourself, everything will start to come around in its own time. The goal is not to keep a woman at the cost of your soul, brother. The goal is to become a man that does not have to chase, and he never has to lose himself to find love. Brother, you are so much more capable and so much more worthy of the good and the love that you desire. You are. Brothers, I hope this was of value to you. If it was, please like, share, comment on it. I know this is a nuanced conversation, and I would love to hear your experience in a relationship, in dating, and breakups, and where you're at. Let's get the conversation going. And if you want to have a powerful conversation and explore your coaching options and to work with me one-on-one, I invite you to book your 30-minute Ignite the Remarkable Man Within session. Yeah, click the link. I've only got a few spots remaining. As well, join the Remarkable Man Project School community today. Your place for leadership, empowerment, and the unvarnished truth for what men need today. It's your community, and every day I am putting resources and tools and creating that brotherhood that you need to level up. As well, get my groundbreaking book, The Remarkable Man, Champions to Women, Heroes to Children, and Brothers to Each Other. This book has been a game changer, and it's been the catalyst to start a movement, and it's changed the lives of so many men around the world. Get your copy today on Amazon. Brother, that's what I got for you today. If you have not subscribed, please do so. We'd love to have you here in the Remarkable Man Project. What we're doing, brothers, matters. It really does, because you matter. Be good to yourself. Remember, you're not alone on the journey. At the Remarkable Man Project, we've got your back. Talk to you soon. Cheers.